So lab 19, we're doing templates. So I'm going to deviate slightly from our lab 19 template lab steps. I've actually, in a previous video, downloaded Lucid, and so instead of sysprepping the machines, because we're dealing with XP, I'd rather just use Lucid. It works a lot better, and it's a lot faster to deal with anyway, so wanted to put that out there. I'm going to log into vCenter, and I'm going to create a template of our XP Pro C VM. So we're going to be creating a template of our XP Pro machine. So we can be able to right click on it, template, and we're going to convert to template, which means it will no longer exist because we're converting it into a template. Now that it's marked as a template, we're going to go back to our home, and we're going to go to VMs and templates. And you should be able to see that our XP Pro C is there, and it's now a template icon. So we're going to create a new template folder just so that we can make sure that we can be organizing our templates correctly. So go ahead and move our XP Pro C into our templates folder. But what happens if we want to browse it? We want to see kind of what files are there. It's really kind of interesting because if we start looking at our structure, this is no longer a VMX file. This is now going to be a VMTX file because it's a template extension file. So from here, we're actually going to be doing a custom specification. Let's go to Home, and let's find Custom Specification Manager. So we're going to create a new custom script. And we can use custom sysprep answer files if need be. So for the customization, we're going to go ahead and call it XP answer. Go and hit next. Name. Put your name. For the organization, put CSN. Next. We could do a NetBIOS name. We're actually going to do for us, we could do a deployment wizard name, we can have it auto-generate a name. If we're using vCenter, we're actually going to use our virtual machine name. So we'll select that, we'll go and hit next. We actually want to input our product key. Now this is just a demo key, but we would include our demo key. This key will work for a little ways, but it's only a Windows 7 or a Windows XP key, and there is no guarantee that when we go to do this, that this key will still be active. F7J8. It could be if we're doing server, we could do our server cal requirements as well. Put in our password. Automatically log on as administrator. Make sure that's not checked. Next. Make sure that time zone is our time zone. And we're good to go. Go and click on next. We're going to use typical settings. We can set it up to join a domain if need be. We're not going to do that. Generate a new SID. And that's all our info. You know what? I'm going to go back. I actually wanted to join our domain automatically. And this is going to be Windows Server Domain dc.vit.local. And there is our customized template. So now let's go back to our home, go back to our VMs and templates. Let's actually go ahead and deploy a VM from this. We're going to put it in labs. We're going to call this XP Pro A. We're going to go ahead and put that on ESXi 2. We're going to store it on iSCSI 2. We're actually going to go ahead and power this machine on. We don't have any customization resources, so you may get a warning that it will not pop up. Which is really funny because we did customize it, but here it's not showing up. So let's go ahead and cancel, and let's double check. Back home, back to customization. And there is our item. And this actually should have worked in our customization, but for whatever reason, when we go to deploy our template, it does not like us. I've had numerous people having the same issue. iSCSI 2. It does not allow us to customize it. So, our customization doesn't fully work at this point, but I mean, you got the gist of it. We could actually have it load that customized script. So I went back and I recreated the scripts several times, and it does not want to work, so that's okay. We can just go ahead and not worry about that for now. But it should actually power up and create a Windows XP Pro A virtual machine. If the customized script worked, it would actually preload all the settings with the naming, the IP info, serial number, all of that. So I mean, the actual being able to customize our VMs are very important because it's a way to do mass deployments quickly. And the actual deployment for it should take a little while. But let's go ahead and power up our Windows 8 or our XP Pro A machine. It's kind of curious to see if it's going to have the same issues that B had. Keep in mind, this is a direct clone of C. Because it is a direct clone of XP Pro C, all of the SIDs are Pro C, everything is Pro C. Let's go ahead and run our new SID so that we can change it to XP Pro A as an alpha. Without the customization script running, we had to do this. For whatever reason, the customization script just did not want to work. I did check the readmes through VMware, and they're showing that it happens, and they're not really quite sure why. I've read numerous articles, so it's just a matter of sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. With XP, there's a higher likelihood that it will not work. They're saying VMware support just called, and they're saying that it has to do with the version of sysprep that is ran. Because we didn't do sysprep, we do not get the customization options. So that's the appropriate version of sysprep running. The customization doesn't work. But that's pretty much it for this lab. Thank you.